white blood cells as the ones responsible for causing the defense, that is the immunity. So white blood cells are divided into two. The other name for white blood cells, they are called lymphocytes, as you can see. So they are divided into two depending on how their nuclei look. The phagocytes, these are the ones which are found everywhere. In tissue fluid, they are found in blood. They are non-specific in defense. Non-specific means they can attack anything foreign without being specific. Like they don't have a conformatory structure on which something must fit, like an enzyme fits into, the cell substrate fits into an enzyme. So for them, they defend the body by engulfing. So for them, they do the engulfing. That's why they are called phagocytosis. They feed by phagocyting or phagocytosis, engulfing. When we come to the other second, if you see actually, they are also called granulocytes because they have a large nucleus in between. Then we come to the second ones, which we call the lymphocytes. Lymphocytes are found in the lymphatic system. That's where they are produced. Remember, the lymphatic system has the lymph nodes, which are the cells modified for producing such cells. But they are also divided into two. When we come to lymphocytes, we are dealing with a specific immunity. That type of immunity whereby the defenders are very specific on a certain pathogen to attack. For example, if you look at this, they are produced and they all grow from different regions. Those which grow from the bone marrows, they are called the B lymphocytes. That's why we have the word B. B lymphocytes. And those which grow from the thymus gland, which is just around the chest, they are called the T lymphocytes. So T standing for thymine or thymus, then lymphocytes, cells. Now, when we come to the B lymphocytes, we say B lymphocytes they produce antibodies. And they also produce memory cells. So the antibodies are very specific on an antigen they attack. If you remember when we talked about antibody A attacks antigen A, and therefore both cannot live in the same blood. Antibody B attacks antigen B, and when they attack each other, there is what we call agglutination, whereby you remember how they function. You know that antibodies attack by attacking the functional parts of this bacteria or any virus. So they attack those most important parts. Others, they attack, they produce toxins to kill. Others, they identify and locate. So that's why they are specific and their structures, you see, they are complementary to the pathogen's structure on which they attach. Then memory cells, these are cells which remain after you have gained a disease, or you have been affected by a pathogen, you heal from it, and then it will never attack you again. So, because you've suffered from it the way you take measles vaccines, we are taking the COVID vaccines. I told you we introduced what we call the attenuated virus, which virus is changed from harmful to harmless. So once it's introduced into your body, it helps your body, the B lymphocytes, to be in position where it will take time to study the bacteria, learn how its structures are, and then form antibodies in line with those structures. So after getting them, then it can stratify it slowly. And the very time when the real one comes, trouble, the immune response will be so high that because we have memory cells and antibodies that can fight it. So that's when you can heal without knowing you were attacked by any of these infections. So that's one. So when we come to the T lymphocytes, we have what we call the T lymphocytes, which we call the thymus lymphocytes. They produce two and more. I'll talk about basically the T helper cells. One of them is called T helper cells. T helper cells are the cells in our defense. That is the third line of defense, responsible for taking roll calls of the body cells and mark them as self cells. And those which are not supposed to be are marked as foreign. When they are marked as foreign, then it will trigger the immune response. It will trigger the phagocytes to come and engulf this cell, or they can identify it by producing they label it foreign. And after labeling them foreign, then the other defense will come in to attack and destroy that. So why is it so hard for us to treat HIV/AIDS? We mentioned and said HIV/AIDS virus is very stubborn. Its role, once it enters into your body, it will attack the T lymphocytes. The ones which are supposed to identify that this is a foreign body, they are the ones which are attacked. So once they are attacked, then there is no immune response over this virus, and that's why people live with it and die with it. Despite the different theories, conspiracy theories about the HIV, but this is what it does. It attacks the T lymphocytes, which are supposed to identify it, and then present it. We also have what we call the antigen presenting cells. Actually, they are the same. And they are what we call CD4 cells. CD4, and this is what the doctors check for when you go for a checkup. Then we have the cytotoxins, the ones which can either produce it can either produce the toxins or to kill the bacteria or the virus, or they can prevent the toxin. So that's what we call the cytotoxins, and basically that marks the differences between white blood cells and then where they do, how they work, and this is what we call specific immunity. They are very specific in action, and they are very interesting. Thank you.